What's going on, guys? Obviously, it's CaptainObviouzX. I got a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary for you guys today. In today's video, I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about Ghost, which is a Tier 1 perk in Black Ops 2, and it's a lot different than it was back in Black Ops 1. Now, it'll only affect you while moving, which is a big change from its Black Ops 1 counterpart, resulting in a pretty big nerf as to its effectiveness. It is not as easy to camp this thing anymore, and it may be even more difficult than you may think it may be. Alright, so since this perk only works while you are moving, there are a few ways to exploit the perk. One of the ways people may think you can do it is by moving in place in like a circle around you where you want to camp. Now, I'm going to be analyzing things like that and exactly how the perk works in today's video, and without further ado, let's get right into that. But first, we're going to talk about the actual in-game explanation as to what Ghost does for you. Alright, so according to the in-game created class menu, Ghost will not make you affected by any UAVs while moving, planting, or defusing bombs, or while controlling kill streaks. Alright, so what I want you guys to do is look up in your minimap, and what you're going to see is that it fades to a lighter shade of yellow while you're under the effects of Ghost, meaning you cannot be seen by enemy radar. But the one thing you want to pay attention to is that after you start moving, it takes around 2 to 3 seconds for Ghost to actually kick in. So after standing still for a period of time and then moving, you're going to have to wait about 2 or 3 seconds until you're permanently off the enemy radar until you stop moving again. So if you see yourself get killed by an enemy after you start moving and then you know that they see you on your radar, that is exactly why. Now, this little turning in a circle thing also does not work. So if you guys are trying to camp in a location and turn in a circle to keep yourself off the enemy minimap, just look, I'm doing that right now, I'm moving, but it does not keep me off the minimap. So you have to do it in larger circles. So this gameplay right here is a little bit of an example of me starting in little circles and then getting to bigger ones as the time goes on. So you see it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually you'll see me fade off the minimap in a little bit. Hang on, here it comes. There we go. Alright, so I'm off the minimap now in a circle about this size. So you have to do it in a really, really large circle to stay off the minimap. Also, after you start moving, it'll take you about 2 to 3 seconds. And after you stop moving, you'll stay off the minimap for another 2 or 3 seconds. And then, after 2 or 3 seconds after stop moving, then you'll go back on the enemy minimap. So, quick overview again of what Ghost exactly does. To begin with, it'll keep you off the minimap while moving on the enemy's side, which is very, very effective. Also, after you start moving, after being stationary, you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 seconds until you get off the enemy's minimap. And then, after you stop moving, you'll have to wait 2 or 3 seconds until you actually get back on the enemy's minimap. So use that little bit of a leeway time to either kill an enemy or change directions, because it gives you a little bit of breathing room after you stop moving. Also, there's a few other things that Ghost will do for you, and it's kind of negative. So the LMGs and sniper rifles while moving gives you a very severe movement penalty. And while you're moving, you are not under the effects of Ghost. So be aware that even though you're moving, the minimum speed requirement to actually have Ghost activate is not what the speed is while aimed down sights and using a sniper rifle or an LMG. If you want to stay off the minimap, you're going to have to use the foldable stock attachment in order to do that. So Ghost itself has received a severe penalty after being extremely overpowered in Black Ops 1. But there are still things that you guys can exploit to make sure that you can use Ghost in this game to its fullest extent. I hope that I helped you guys out a lot in today's video so you guys know exactly when Ghost is actually working and when it actually is not. Make sure you're paying attention to your minimap to see when it is working for you and when not, because if you think you're stealth, you may not be, and the enemy may know exactly where you are. Also, Ghost is not resistant to the orbital VSAT. So if the enemy team has an orbital VSAT up in the air, you are on the enemy's minimap, so be aware of that also. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you learned some new secrets about Ghost, and now in the future when you use this perk, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into in certain situations. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It helps out a lot. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.